Good evening, everyone. It is Monday, September 8th. It is 7:02 p.m. This is a regular meeting of the Town Council. Will everyone rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. First Selectman, can you just confirm that
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Reed is remote?
Missing.
Okay. We are all set.
All right, you see Kevin on there?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. All right, the following town council members are present in chambers: Persico, Kohut, Mauer, Lapellis, Formicella, Wales, Duva. The following town council members here remotely: Reed. The following town council members absent: O'Rourke. Moving on to the consent calendar, is there any objection to me passing the consent calendar as presented? Hearing no objection, I'm passing the consent calendar as presented. Item 4, communications. I ask that items A through N be incorporated into the minutes of our meeting. Moving on to item number 5, public participation. There is no member of the public present in town council chambers at this time. Is there any member of the public that would like to participate that is here remotely? Please *6 or indicate with a hand wave, which you can on your computer, tablet, or smartphone. Mr. First Selectman, is there any member of the public that is currently viewing the meeting?
We do have an additional person here outside of Kevin Reed with the initials KM. However, doesn't appear they look.
They haven't indicated that they would like to participate.
No, sir.
Okay. All right. So just one more time, if there's any member of the public that would like to participate, *6 to unmute yourself if you're here via phone, or please raise your hand if you're using a tablet, cell phone, or a computer. Mr. First Selectman, no one has indicated that.
Nobody has indicated, sir.
All right. As no one has indicated they would like to participate, I am closing public participation. Our appointments this evening, item A, resolution 25-098. I move that the town council adopt resolution 25-098, resolved that the Monroe Town Council hereby approves the first selectman's appointment of Jack Testani to the Economic Development Commission for a term ending January 31st, 2027. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Donaldin Wales. Moving on to discussion. Mr. Testani is a resident of the town of Monroe. He holds a bachelor's degree in education and works at Icon International as vice president of sales. Jack has an extensive background in community service. While living in the town of Trumbull, he was elected to the Board of Finance and also served on town council. Jack and his wife then moved to Fairfield, where he was elected to the Board of Finance. Some of Jack's interests besides serving his community include finance, sales, and attending church. He is a member of the Knights of Columbus. Jack is eager to serve the town of Monroe as a member of the Economic Development Commission, where he can bring his skill set and passion of giving back to his community. Any other discussion on this item?
I just have one question. I'm looking at his history. How long has he actually been a resident of Monroe?
Mr. First Selectman, any information on that?
At least 2 years, maybe 3 years.
How long, I'm sorry?
At least 2 years, possibly 3 years.
Thank you.
Any other discussion on this appointment? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the appointment and approving resolution 25-098, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none, passes 8-0. Item B will not be considered this evening. Item B will be discussed at our next town council meeting. So we will be moving on to our action items, which begin with A, Town Council Committee on Finance, Education, Health, and Public Safety Matters. Madam Vice Chair, any update?
No update.
Thank you very much. Item B, Town Council Committee on Planning, Zoning, Public Works, and Park and Recreation Matters. Councilmember Duva.
We have not met since our last meeting.
Thank you very much. Item C, Town Council Committee on Legislative and Administrative Matters. Councilmember Reed.
Just see if,
Have to figure out how to get off mute and then we'd be all right?
Perfect.
You all can hear me, right?
Yes.
Outstanding. So let's go through the agenda that we did meet tonight. We had 5 topics. First was 096 Connecticut Energy Assistance Program Agreement. The second was 097 Older Americans Act Title III Award for F26 agreements. We also had item C, which was number 100, Administrative Assistant to the First Selectman job description. 101 was the State of Connecticut DECD Healthy Hub Agreement, Assistant and Escrow Agreements. And lastly, number 5, 102, was the Griffin Hospital Occupational Medicine Services Agreement. All reached consensus to come to council.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair?
Councilmember Mauer.
Thank you. Just before we move on, I'd like to request of our chair of LNA to possibly bring back in the coming meetings the blight ordinance to our agenda. We had kind of put it to the side while we had some other pressing matters in town, but now that those have finished, it might be prudent to revisit at this point.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you.
All right. We'll move on to item D, Strategic Plan Committee. We have not met since our last town council meeting. However, I believe what was shared with our members was a letter from the Monroe Historic Society concerning the Bearsley property. And in that letter, the society had indicated their willingness to deed the homestead to the town. There will be additional conversations regarding that, as well as they had also asked for some type of legal writing that talks about leasing the property, as well as the ownership of the garage. Was it the farmhouse?
Retention of the right
Right.
garage and barn.
Garage and barn. And so there'll be further discussions with that in the future after for selectmen, as well as our town attorney kind of looks at that. They weren't looking to do anything this calendar year. It appeared that at the earliest that they were interested in the spring of 2026 in making any movement with disposing of the property to the town in the spring. So we'll have continued discussions with them as more information becomes available.
Mr. Chair?
Yep.
2 items. One, can I ask that of the first selectman and of the chair that we add this communication into communications under our agenda and attach it to the package, as it was a direct communication to council that was then discussed at the
So
meeting.
Jason, we can have it either at this meeting, or we could have it go out with the meeting packet in 2
That's
weeks.
fine as well, as long as it gets added as a communication to one for the public record.
Sure. So I will, I'll send an email to the first selectman's administrative assistant that it be made part of communications at our next meeting. It'll also be sent out, or a copy of one of the letters will be sent to all town council members as part of our packet. Obviously, it will be part of the digital packet that goes out to the public as well. So I think that's probably the easiest way to do
Perfectly
it.
fine with me. The other item on this is, once our town attorney has had a chance to review this and has some idea and had discussions with the first selectman, I would think it would be prudent to have a joint meeting of the strategic planning as well as our land acquisition subcommittee to kind of discuss the matter once we have a firm legal opinion and we're getting ready to do things, as I feel they might have some views on it as well.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of moving parts, but if we're going to move forward with that, I certainly think that the Open Space Preservation Acquisition Committee, as well as SPC, would be probably the appropriate venues to have that meeting with. Okay,
Thank you.
no problem. Moving on to item E, the Open Space Preservation and Acquisition Committee. They have not met since our last town council meeting, as I don't think there was anything on their agenda to consider. And finally, item F, our first selectman's update. First Selectman Rooney.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In operations, Kerma, our insurance carrier, came in to present a member equity check for $62,621. That's up about $38,000 from last year. I think it was $26,000. So good job there. This check represents our outstanding relationship with our chosen vendors and our exemplary management during the 23-24 season. After Parks and Rec Women's Slow Pitch, after about a 10-year hiatus, the director of Parks and Rec, Missy Oros, collaborated with residents and restarted the Women's Slow Pitch League. They had 4 teams that played June through August at Great Hollow. The program was a hit, and there are already plans for the 2026 season. Robot on Wolf Park Fields. In an ongoing effort to improve services in our park maintenance, Monroe Park visitors will soon be seeing a tiny mobile robot for purposes of striping fields in Wolf Park. This groundbreaking satellite-controlled machine impressed myself as well as Public Works with the amount of work this little machine could do in such a short span of time. The machine can be controlled by an iPad that stores information for repeat work, and it cuts down paint usage by 50% and labor hours by 70%. The Board of Finance and Parks and Rec Commission have approved this purchase, and the town is excited to start utilizing this machine. Massac High School convocation and back to school. A welcome back teachers, staff, and students. We kicked off the first day of school here in Monroe, and we also welcomed 23 new teachers. With school back in session and for the overall safety of our community, I strongly encourage all motorists to exercise caution on the roads, be mindful of speed, school zones, crosswalks, and obey school bus laws. I hope everyone has a great school year. Emergency services update. 1-year anniversary of the August 18th floods. On August 18th, we gathered to mark the 1-year anniversary since the floods hit our town. The flood washed out roads, damaged property, and put lives at risk. Thanks to the incredible teamwork of our emergency responders, public works crew, and help from surrounding communities, we got through that day without any injuries or fatalities. The dedication and courage shown on August 18th and the days that followed allowed us to reopen roads, support residents, and start school on time. Our community showed what it means to step up in a crisis and couldn't be prouder. We brought everyone together at the firehouse to say thank you. Staff enjoyed food from Carl Anthony's Catering. A few council members did show up for that, Sean O'Rourke and Councilwoman Cohop. So thank you for your attendance. Emergency services, road work. Road work in Monroe is in full swing. With a new twofold approach of our town staff paving our roads along with outside contractors, the Department of Public Works is projecting in the area of 25 miles of road being resurfaced or reconstructed by the end of the 25 paving season. The following in-house paving has been completed. Heather Road, the cul-de-sac is to be completed. We did the safety measures there, but we're going back to finish the cul-de-sac. Cross Hill Road, Academy Lane, Hillside Lane, Bridge Road, Cottage Street, Greenwood Drive, Alpine Road to Cutler's Farm, Wheeler's Road to Moose Hill Road, Wheeler Road to Route 111 to Hammertown, Spinning Wheel Road to Sunset Hill Drive, Downs Road intersection, Todd Drive Culvert to the end of the cul-de-sac. Those are all the roads that we paved with our own paver and roller in our town services. So great job by them, and they're continuing, and they're getting better and better at it. The following contractor paving is being done by Cochiola: Winslow Terrace, High Ridge Drive, Boot Shop Lane, Bob White Terrace, Stony Brook Drive, Beaver Circle, Gerardo Drive, and Whitewood Drive. Stepney Picnic. It was the Stepney Firehouse. The annual Connecticut United Ride was canceled due to weather. However, the Stepney Firehouse still put on a gathering for volunteers and their family. Thank you to all the chiefs, members, and Chief Darren Dyson for bringing everyone together. As you know, the fire departments are now unified and doing things all collectively, and that's a fantastic thing to see. And the events have really gone really well now that everybody's kind of together doing their thing. So it's great. Capital projects, a community center site, gym wall repair. Work is being done on a community center site gym wall. The problem was identified while pursuing the purchase of the building under former First Selectman Kellogg. The wall is currently in progress and being constructed by Titan Enterprise, which is owned by residents of Monroe. The wall is projected to be done before Halloween. The town is excited to be getting this done and for the future of the community center. If anybody has time to take a look, They're doing an absolute fantastic job. Our building inspector, John Morris, is very, very happy with the work that's being performed, so take a look. Community update, Wolf Park Pavilion. As you may know, we installed 2 new pavilions at Wolf Park. These structures will offer shade for families while watching their little ones in our playground. Thank you to former First Selectman Kellogg for his generous donation of $24,590 from his Monroe First Foundation for the Pathway Pavilion at Wolf Park. That was from his 501c3 foundation, Monroe First. So thank you. As we know, Mr. Kellogg is always still donating his time and his money to the town of Monroe. And the Apple Festival. There was a great turnout for the annual Apple Festival. Our community is wonderful at supporting local vendors. Thank you to St. Peter's Grace for putting on such a fun event every year. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, we'll move on to our new business this evening. I move that the town council accept the following donations that individually exceed $1,500. Both these donations are to the food pantry, $5,000 from Union Savings Bank Foundation Incorporated, and $2,000 from the Mellon Foundation. Is there a second to?
Second.
Second by Lean Pellis. Mr. First Selectman, any discussion on the donations?
Just as always, these donations come in handy. All of the organizations that receive these donations put them to good use. So as always, thank you for contributing to the town.
Thank you. Any other discussion on this item? Hearing none, all those in favor of accepting those 2 donations, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, passes 8-0. Moving on to B, Resolution 25-100. Madam Vice Chair.
I move that the town council adopt resolution 25-100. Resolved that the town council hereby approve this revised administrative assistant to the first selectman job description and authorizes the first selectman to implement as soon as possible.
Thank you. Is there a second? Second by Donald Wales. Mr. First Selectman, discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to make a quick correction. Donald Wales was also at the event for the fire department for the August 18th floods. I did not want to forget her. My mistake. My apologies, Councilwoman Wales. These changes will better reflect the current role and responsibilities with the position. Please find attached the proposed to this position. This is basically the exact same thing we did with the deputy chief. Based on the roles and the duties, this was a better fit for this position. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion on this item?
Just one question. Is there going to be a change in annual salary? I see that it's becoming a salaried versus an hourly position. Are we anticipating an increase?
It's always been a salary position.
Is there an increase with
At this point
of name?
right now, this is just the change of the current position to assume the roles that Mrs. McAndrew, who's in the position now, was hired basically as an administrative assistant, but has proved to have a lot more talents and skills that could be utilized in that office. And those situations weren't addressed in the position, so that's why we added them, made some changes.
But we're not anticipating increasing her salary based
Not at
on
this time.
increased obligations.
At
Okay,
this time.
okay. Thank you.
Any other discussion on this item? Hearing none. All those in favor of adopting Resolution 25-100, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none, passes 8-0. Moving on to item C, Resolution 25-101. Madam Vice Chair.
I move that the town council adopt resolution 25-101. Resolved that Terrence P. Rooney, first selectman of the town of Monroe, is authorized to execute and deliver on behalf of the state of Connecticut DECD Healthy Hub grant assistance and escrow agreements and any associated documents by and between the state of Connecticut DECD for the Brownfield Healthy Hub agreement.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jason Malley. Mr. First Selectman, discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We are on, I apologize, I was reading something, 101?
101.
Okay, thank you. Rosemary Reiber, our Special Projects Coordinator grant writer, has provided us with the State of Connecticut DCD Healthy Hub Grant Assistance and Escrow Agreements. The amount of this grant will not exceed $100,000, and the funds will be utilized to remove unsafe and healthy building materials at the community center site formerly known as St. Jude School. As you know, Rosemary Reiber is the grant writer that we hired, and this is another great job done by her and Bill Holsworth in that office. So thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you. Other discussion on this item? Hearing none. All those in favor of adopting resolution 25-101, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Passes 8-0. Moving on to our final item, resolution 25-102. Madam Vice Chair.
I move that the town council adopt resolution 25-102, resolved that Terrence P. Rooney, first selectman of the town of Monroe, is authorized to execute and deliver on behalf of the town of Monroe the occupational medicine service agreement and any associated documents by and between Griffin Hospital for the occupational medicine service agreement.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Kohut. Mr. First Selectman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Human Resources Department wishes to continue to partner with Griffin Hospital for occupational health services. Griffin Hospital has instituted a new policy and protocol whereby their current and new clients must sign an occupational services agreement. With the new services agreement, nothing related to the occupational medicine services that we have been provided or the cost for those services will be changing moving forward. Griffin Hospital has provided their standard service agreement and their pricing sheet for your review. This agreement has been reviewed by our town attorney.
Thank you. Other discussion on this item? Hearing none. All those in favor of adopting resolution 25-102, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Passes 8-0. There are no matters of unfinished business. There are no unfinished matters of new business. There is no second public participation this evening. And I am adjourning this meeting at 7:24 p.m.